Happy Tuesday. Let's get your math going off to a good start today. So once you click this, watch this video first. That's what you'll be watching right now. All right. And after you've watched this video, you will go over to right here where it says, now watch this video lesson. So click right there and open that. Waiting for it to come up.
At a place like this, you're never alone.
Let's see.
I'm going to walk through this with you.
Might give you the option to skip the ad. Yeah, here we go. Skip ad. All right, and then this guy's going to come up and he's just going to talk to you about some math that you'll need to know. Now it says lesson 18, Eureka Math. We're not on lesson 18, but it's still information you need to know for what we're doing today. So now you watch this up into 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Then he switches into a topic that you don't need to know about today. So after 4 minutes and 35 seconds, you can bail out. All right, now you can go back and watch this again if you need to get some information on what he's talking about between rectangles, rhombuses, and different types of attributes that they have as quadrilaterals. All right, so pay close attention to that. You might even take some notes. All right, once you've watched that, you can X out. You'll go back to the list. Then here's your math assignment today, math sheet 3. So you'll click, open this. Miss Rogers did a nice job preparing this for us. I sent her all the information and she put it onto this presentation for us. All right. So it's going to give you some slides. The first couple are just giving you information you're going to need today. So you may go back and look at these. They're kind of like your notes, except we're already giving them to you. You don't have to copy them all down. All right. Now, if you want to enlarge your screen so you can see it better, you can go to present mode. So right up here, you can click present. And you'll see when it comes up that you will have a larger view of the screen. Just takes a minute to get there. All right, so we're looking at measuring and classifying angles, polygons and quadrilateral classification. Okay, remember, to classify means to put something into a certain category or a group. All right, so certain angles fit into a certain type. Angles fit into a certain type can be classified. Quadrilaterals can be classified. Polygons can be classified. All right, so that's what we're looking at today. So you'll move on. Now this is your notes. Tells you what an acute, right, and obtuse angle are. Tells you what parallel, perpendicular, and intersecting lines are. So you're going to need to know the meanings of these today. So you can go back to this slide anytime you need to. All right. Now, here you will have to type your answer in. Okay. So you'll have to name this type of angle, this type of angle, this type of angle. The only thing is, when you're in presentation mode, you can't write on it. All right. So you'll notice when I click, all it does is go to the next slide. So when you're ready to start writing your answers, you're going to have to hit escape. And then that should take us out of presentation mode. And now watch what happens when I click. Oops, sorry. There it is. I can start typing, see? All right, and that's where you'll type your answers. So when you're in presentation mode, you can see it bigger, but when you want to start writing your answers, you'll have to exit out of presentation mode. All right, and then you can just click over here and go to the next slide, go down, click the next one, or you can use your scroll bar right here to move up and down to the next slides. All right, now maybe you want to go back into presentation mode to be able to see these a little bit longer. If you want, you can also have the option of printing these out. So you could just have your notes beside you and you won't have to go back and forth. All right. But the first thing you're going to do is, if you'll notice, name each polygon. Okay. All these shapes are polygons. If the polygon is a quadrilateral, type all names that apply. All right. Because quadrilaterals have a lot of different names. Like we know, a quad means 4. So a quadrilateral is a 4-sided shape. All right, so I see 4 sides right here. So I know one thing I could type is quadrilateral. All right, now what else is it? It's a certain type of quadrilateral, isn't it? So I can hit enter. It is also a square, right? But it's not just a square. A square also has the attributes of it's got 4 sides, opposite sides are equal, all 4 angles are 90 degrees. So it also could be called a rectangle. Okay, now you think about that. A square can be called a rectangle, but could a rectangle ever be called a square? No, because on a rectangle, all 4 sides are not equal, are they? Okay, so a square can be other things, but nothing else can be a square because a square has to have 4 equal sides, 4 90-degree angles, and opposite sides have to be parallel and equal. So the square is kind of special. It can be called other shapes, but other shapes can't be called a square. All right, but anyway, you'll do this for these. Next slide. Let's see. Yeah, so you got 12 shapes to do, and you got to name all the names that fit them. Then you move on down, and you have this quadrilateral classification quiz. You type a yes, a Y, or an N for yes or no next to the quadrilateral. So look at this shape. This is a rectangle, right? Could it also be a square? So if you say yes, you would type Y. If you say N, you type N. Now, obviously, could it be called a rectangle? Y or N? Could it be called a rhombus? Could it be called a parallelogram? Could it be called a trapezoid? So you definitely will need to go back up and look at those notes up here to help you out with this, okay? And there's several different pages you got to do. Let's see. 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. But all you have to do is hit Y or N. Now, that doesn't mean you just make quick guesses, though. You need to actually think about the shapes. This is really going to help you. By the time you're done today, you should know a lot about the attributes of these shapes, polygons today. All right. So once you've done that, that will be it for your math today.